Cannot breathe. Cannot see. Cannot breathe. Cannot breathe. Cannot see. Cannot breathe.
Du går iväg.
Cannot see.
Du går iväg.
Horizon's too high, it's dark on my side. I made my own clouds, flew by my pride. The ship falls away, the night turned to day. Remember why? Fire consumes, ashes remain.
Spick Span Show!
And what's up? We did it. Yes, you guys were right. I think he was right on time. Kyle was right on time. He just had a cool story to tell me.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cool story. It was a story.
Yeah.
But anyway, welcome everybody to another Tuesday, another wonderful, great, bright,
I feel
gloomy.
like it looks dark.
It does. It does. It does look. Well, that's just because we're on a different screen over here. I moved
I
this
see.
because I'm trying to read the comments, and I've been watching the show myself.
Yeah.
You know, just because I'm very narcissistic.
You've been doing reruns?
Yeah, I've just been watching reruns. You
Like
know, Camille,
Alex?
Camille was like, "What are you watching over there? You watching a new show?" I was like, "No, just watching ourselves again." No, actually, what we're doing is we've got a commercial with Go Sports dropping and Philly, so I had to go through and look, and I'm oftentimes looking over here quite a bit. So I decided to change up how my view
Gotcha.
as I'm watching how beautiful everybody else is on the screen.
Yeah.
And yes, Bacon, I got a lot of sun. I was just at a wedding this weekend.
Bacon.
Yeah, Big Chun.
Bacon.
I was bacon.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, that was a good one. And I'm the sunscreen guy. I don't mess around outside
Yeah.
in daylight without putting sunscreen on, except for this one day. It was
didn't
like
have any?
it was because it was cold. It's deceptively sunny. It's like being in the
Yeah.
it was chilly out when we left, and it was like windy. And you just didn't feel like it was like the sun was hitting you at all because it was in the mid to high 50s.
Yeah.
Maybe low 60s, and I was like, if I need sunscreen or any necessities, we'll just go back home. But that's not how it worked. I got kind of ditched because I wasn't part of the wedding party, even though the wedding party drove me to where we were supposed to go. And then they're like, all right, we'll see you guys after dinner. And I was like, okay. I'm talking like, if anybody is familiar with Northern California, I was 3 hours north of where I'm from, which is 2 hours north of San Francisco. So it was like north of Fort Bragg on the coast. There was one convenience store in this little beach town, and it's beautiful. But no, there's no Ubers, no taxis, no Ubers.
How do you
no
get
rides.
around?
We got driven around, except they were like, we're going that way. So we'll see you later. And I was like, oh, okay. So I like cram him. And the next thing I know is at someone else's house, like waiting. And long story short, I got sunburned pretty bad.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was pretty red. But now it turned into a nice color. And luckily, there's a couple other guys who got like they're peeling. Oof. They're peeling on Sunday. So we got roasted. So yeah, Tracy, California. There you go. It was just south of Humboldt. We were just south of Humboldt. That's how far up we were. Pretty far above Mendocino. So great weekend. Now I'm getting back into the swing of things after a long drive, a long flight, long weekend. I did my little sprints today.
Okay.
Trying to get back into paintball shape because I'm gonna miss the first practice also, which is a problem.
Yeah. For another wedding.
Yeah. And so yeah, we got that, and then obviously we got some big news on the show. Okay, we got some fun things to talk about. Our guest I don't want to call them flaky, but maybe they're just a little confused as to what's going on. They're like, it's like trying to it would be like scheduling Camille to come on the show. Like, hey, Camille, you want to come on the show? Oh, yeah. When's the show? It's still at 4:00. Still at 4:00. So we got. We're still working on the guest, the possible guest for the show.
Yeah.
But
It's a great guest.
it is, and we actually even have backup guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, the backup guest we didn't text until 5 minutes before the show.
It was like trying to get how long it took us to finally get Mouse on here. This guest is starting to.
They're gonna get there. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna blow you guys away at one of these days. But yeah, thanks for everybody. Well, last week's show is probably our most highly viewed show of all time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so almost 10,000 views, almost 10,000 views in a week, which is good. That's a milestone here for the Spick Span Show, right? Obviously, everybody wanted to. Diego is not coming on the show. I don't know if Diego's new number. Who this? That's where I think Diego's at right now.
I was talking to Marcelo actually this weekend at WCPPL, and we were saying, because I guess Diego reached out to Marcelo and said let me straighten some stuff out. I was like, man, that would be great to do a debate show.
Wait, he hit them up and said, "Let me straighten some things out."
Yeah.
Oh, because he heard J-Rab's episode.
Yeah.
So I haven't listened to that yet.
Yeah. And then I guess he made a statement. Did you see those? They were saved. They were taken down off the Latin Saints Instagram. Have I shown you this? I'll let you. It's a long read. Probably
not the best to read right here.
Well, it'll take you 5-10 minutes to read it. So it was 7 posts of full page text.
Instagram's not the spot to do that.
Saying people's number value that they got and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I wonder why he took it down.
I don't know if he took it down or if the new ownership took it down.
Oh, there's new ownership.
Yeah.
So let's hear it. What's going on here?
You haven't seen that?
See what? What do you mean I'm at a wedding in the middle of nowhere and you haven't told me anything? Last time I talked to you was 2 minutes before you walked in before the show. So what do you mean I don't know what's going on? No, I have no clue. Come on, tell us, tell him.
So I believe there's a guy named Gregory Tutton. I think I'm saying his name correctly. That works for Lux. I believe he's the new owner or new manager, and then there's also a new owner, I believe. And they made a statement saying that previous management as well as Diego have nothing to do with the new team, and it's going to be all Latin Saints players, and they're keeping the spot. What do you mean, all
Latin players or all?
It's going to be only Latin American players.
Oh, okay, yeah. I like that. That's like what the original plan was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least, and we talked about it. They get that. They get a freebie for the year, thanks to your guys' efforts in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much. I'm not. I'm okay at math. You know what I mean? But.
I mean, I could send you the.
Well, I'm not gonna read it right now.
I mean, we could put it up maybe for people that didn't see it.
Well, you just give us the deal. Come on, give us the.
It's too long to.
Just come on, keep with the clip notes. That's what we're here for. We're here to listen to us talk about something.
I don't know. I didn't really like a lot of the choice of words that were used because they kind of made it seem like we kind of gave up on the team and that's why we didn't get paid, which was not the case at all. And then another statement in there was that the players knew they could fly to me to come get their money whenever they want.
Okay, so this is this is Diego's thing.
Yeah.
Right. So he's trying to make it look like
that we bailed out on him, that we quit on him.
Right. Okay.
But I purposely, along with A-Rod and Corey, we never quit because I was like, well, the more people that leave, I'm for sure going to get my payment because then you have less people to pay out. But it wasn't the case. It's kind of it's interesting that how it was portrayed from that side of things too. It's like I think the only really thing you could say is that he did pay out a good amount of money initially, but it was failed after that. Right.
And I mean that's kind of where it went wrong, and also just. And I guess this will be kind of moving into what our topic of the show is about, which is controlling your variables, which is something that definitely we've mentioned in the past as far as when event prep and whatnot comes into play is controlling those variables. And if you've had a clinic with me in the past couple of years, that's something that I've certainly harped on as well. You know, like make sure your shoes are tied. That's a variable that you can control.
Was the example I used.
Yeah, there you go.
I said it's like studying for like the bar.
Yeah.
And you don't bring a pencil to the test.
There you go.
Or you play in the NFL and you just forget to tie your shoes.
Exactly. And I mean, obviously, some of that stuff is not quite the same type of, it doesn't really go in together, but for the most part, it does. And that's kind of like, there are some things, and as you kind of zoom out, that you can take into consideration that, you know, how about this? How much money do I have? How much money can I spend? How do I pay my guys in a timely manner without running out of money? But simple budget stuff, you know. I think a lot of people get that. And then when you move past that, it's like, okay, am I gonna pay? If I'm paying someone half up front, then the other half should be like distributed towards the last back end of the deal. That's also a contract negotiation kind of tactic. If you are, depending on what side of the contract you're on, you probably want to get your money as quickly to the front of the deal as possible. Whereas if you're giving out the money, you kind of want to like you want to make sure that there's a return on your investment that can come in before you spend all your money, i.e. paying a lot of the guys on Latin Saints and running out of money after event 1. And yeah, like you're right, Bobby, I heard that exact same thing about some guys on the team were putting a lot of the money on their own cards. I believe there was somebody who put the brunt of the Florida accommodations on their own.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead and touch on that because that was actually I know J-Rep said that in his podcast, and I wanted to like elaborate a little bit on that. Like since some of the places like the rental cars were a little difficult, we were doing like Turo rentals that A-Rod, I believe, I'm not exactly sure on the rental, but I believe he paid for that, and then as well as like filling up the cars with gas, and then all the supplies were A-Rod, and on top of that, what was the other thing there?
Just all the little company expenses, and this is something usually as a team owner or team manager, like you've done it for Die and for Impact. I think you put it on your own personal card. Obviously, Bart has a better track record, so you know you're going to get paid.
I know they had team card.
Oh, you had a team card.
Team card. Yeah.
Okay. And then
it wasn't mine. It was Dave's.
Okay.
You know, and then I just
got it.
Booked it all on that. But I did want to say one thing. He kind of also like was talking about how, you know, he didn't always want to go out to eat with us, but there was, you know, food in the house that we could eat. But it was like, we ate, you know, 3 out of 4 meals at the house. Like you can only eat so much cereal and
so that whole
meat and cheese sandwiches. You know, So you would go to eat, so we didn't have to do an hour and a half drive home to finally get food. Like after a 9-day grinder of paintball, like you want to eat right away. Or just like after the field, you know, we want to go eat right away instead of go back to the house first. And that wasn't like, I don't know. And I guess you can say whatever, but, you know, management didn't eat with us after we got second place, which, you know, it was second place and we did lose that match, but it's still a pretty big feat. That I think it should be like, you know, talked about, or, you know.
Yeah, congrats. Just say congrats.
Yeah.
Like, that's absolutely. I mean, we go to eat after second place.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless somebody has to go to the hotel.
Unless you have to go to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex bought us all Arby's when we lost in Vegas a couple of years back.
There you go.
There you go. To the when we lost to the Ironman. I think the Ironman beat us. And then it was out of penance. We had to go. This is 2020. Yeah, we had to eat at Arby's. That was part of the deal. So, you know, management wasn't too tired or upset to take us out to dinner that
Yeah.
day. By the way, that's not a plug for Arby's. I don't recommend eating at Arby's. It was a little. It's kind of lousy up there.
Arby's has a good milkshake.
Yeah, I don't know. I try to, when you're going in for like kind of bad food, I'm not the type of person that's like, let's just fully rip it and like let's get everything that's lousy for you.
Yeah.
I just try to like make myself feel a little bit better by just kind of like barely like, okay, I'll have the two lousy things, but I'm not gonna like really lay the guillotine down with the milkshake on top of everything. Arby's also has good heartburn. So then what is what's the plan here for everything else? So we all heard, I think, let's just drop the Ironman juice that might be happening. Ironman obviously had a not the best showing in the first event, the first two events, but it does sound like the Hurricanes are done. The New England ones, not the I don't know the other ones. Where they're from? Louisiana, not the southern ones. New Orleans Hurricanes, yeah. And I actually don't even understand how that works too. How can there be two semi-pro Hurricanes teams? And I know for a fact the New England Hurricanes team was there first. Actually, not for a fact. I just know how long I've been playing paintball, and they've been there.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe the other ones got some old juice going on over there too. But that seems like a thing that shouldn't happen. But sounds like PB Mob stole the money guy from the Hurricanes, or acquired, and that left a handful of guys that were up for grabs. Very similar to this little reshuffling that might be happening on the Latin Saints as well. And yeah, so it looks like Trent, Nita, Keith, and Kyle N.
Kyle N is his name?
Yeah.
Not this Kyle.
Not that Kyle. You're Spicka, the S.
Yeah.
Kyle S.
Yeah.
Would be you. And so they're going to go and try out for, possibly play for. I know Keith has played for Ironman before.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see how they do.
Because I know, I remember we're talking about grabbing all four of us, the remaining guys that didn't go. So obviously J-Rob and Mouse to Impact, and then the other four guys were kind of on the fence, and I think Ironman was trying to get all of us. I don't know if the budget was right for that. Trying to work it out, and obviously Silos went to damage. I don't know what the exact situation was with A-Rod. I know, and so I think the numbers just like weren't really like lining up for everyone to come as a package for four people. So that was obviously, I see a lot of you guys saying like, where are you going? Spill the juice. I still don't have an answer yet. So still debating, trying to figure that out. So no news yet on where I'm going. Hopefully that's figured out here shortly as we're getting close to the tournament. But yeah, still a free agent at the moment. And what do you got?
Nothing. Just keep going. And
I think that's.
I was gonna just like make a little joke. Just like, have you seen the banner that I made? That I've been making with a for sale sign behind your head?
I did see that.
Okay.
You have too much stuff on the banner. It gets lost.
Well, it used to have the Latin Saints logo behind it. And now you don't have a team, so I put the for sale banner.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I should have like for sale shirt.
Yeah, you should. It should. Yeah. Kid for rent, cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have you ever seen those ones? Mm-hmm. I think Alex Fragy had that T-shirt.
Yeah.
It said "Kid for rent."
He had those headbands. Had those headbands that said that.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
It was that.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a headband. Okay. And then
thank you, Jason.
So yeah, I mean, we could get. Well, he's definitely not going to be playing.
That'd be miserable.
That's a good one, Arch. I was gonna say, if anybody's looking for a guy,
Yeah.
also, that's an option too.
Mm-hmm.
That's an option also. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and then we did the wheels last time, and he landed on Latin Saints again.
Yeah.
Yeah, after Latin Saints and Uprising were your two teams.
Yeah.
As your options. I don't know if the new management has. And I got the Steve Segovia sent me the announcement for the new Latin Saints from Gregory Turton.
Yeah.
Who's got a very strong signature. I like his signature. It actually looks like mine. It says GR instead of, well, there's no. Looks a lot like my signature, actually.
So
a little circle around it.
Did you?
I didn't read it because
buy?
I didn't want to.
Did you buy the Saints?
No. It's not me. I didn't go over on that one.
Yeah, there was.
And then there's all
7.
that. Okay, so we're gonna put the original Oh wow, look at this. So it didn't have names on there though.
No.
Player 1, 50K paid. Player 2, 29,000 played. Let's do some math here real quickly. All right. Calculators.
Ryan's really good at math.
Calculators
It's fast.
out. We got 50K paid to player 1. Player 2 got 29K. We're at 79,000 paid plus 2,800 expenses and 2K top 4 event. Gets a little convoluted on that part.
That was also 1K.
And another one.
That was not 2K. That was 1K.
Okay. Then player 3 got 10K paid. Player 4, 21.9 paid plus 1720 in expenses. Where you can tell as he's writing this, he's getting a little bit more like, I better get to put some decimals in here. And 1K for top 4. So it looks like they were played 22.9.
I wouldn't add the expenses.
Yeah, because expenses is not like I paid you back. Doesn't mean like, hey, thanks.
Yeah,
you know. I think he's just trying to show how much he
paid out
in total. Then player 5 got paid 18K, and player 6 got paid 3K. So player 6 got the short end of the deal stick here, plus 25. I hope that's not you.
No.
I think you're up there somewhere.
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh, plus you got a little bit
plus
out of that.
More, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, not bad.
All right. Okay. Kyle's not player 6. All right. He's not player 6, and he's not player 1. Okay. So and then he 2,500 plus for expenses. So yeah, he paid quite a bit of loot right there. Just close to $150. Yeah, well, there you go, right there.
And I want to give Mouse some shine here because some of those guys were in a little bit of a bind, and I know Mouse reached out to everyone on the team, including me, and asked like, "Hey, if anybody needs help with money, I got you." And he sent 2 of the guys on the team, I believe, somewhere up towards $1,000.
Yeah, that was very nice of him. That is very, very nice. And hey, Bacon, can you get me the actual exchange rate right now? Let's go to Forex and figure out what that means in pesos, because I think it's about 20 to 1, and that would be pretty fun to get all that, or like 2.6 or something mil. So yeah, and Archie, we're gonna post this on the Facebook page, but there's a multi page slide that went to his 132 followers. That several different pages of a slide that he is trying to save a little bit of face on there as far as his side of the story, my side of the story. So and then people are complaining about the NXL. It's their fault. So yeah, player 6 is on an internship. So yeah, I mean, and this is definitely a great opportunity for some of those the lower ranked teams to kind of capitalize on and grab some players out of this, and that's something that is obviously happening in this, and I believe look at that, some juice right there.
Oh
wow. So just in.
I mean,
possibly, allegedly. So okay, let's talk about who's already been picked up. Mouse and J-Rab picked up. You heard it here on the Spick Span Show first. Okay. And then it was
announced that first, huh?
we did, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was like on the NXL thing, and then there was also like there was someone else. HK tried to announce it like way after us, like months, weeks after us. And then so those two guys, Kyle's still free agent. You heard it here first on the Spick and Span show, and that and Silos is gone.
Yeah, damage.
That was an allegedly that I believe we might have also dropped. Let's just call it we did. And then now what do we got? We've got A-Rod. We've got Corey Hall. Now, in my experience with A-Rod, he's got a lot of fish on the line. A lot of hooks out in the water. No fish on the... Okay, right, that's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're deep sea fishing and have you ever fished with like multiple hooks out there? I know you and I have gone on a fishing trip. It was a harrowing journey. And it was...
yeah, that was
terrible.
I don't think I'll be going on that again.
Never.
Not in that situation.
For those fishermen out here, correct me if I'm wrong. Steve, I know you fish. There's some of the deep sea ones where you can put like 6 lines in the water. I don't know where we're going with this analogy, but so there's 3 players, okay, with hooks in the water, lines in the water. Okay. Anyway, allegedly, Corey Hall, let's call him maybe player 3, possibly player 6, maybe player 5, lives in San Diego, so it would make sense that he could go back to Ironman.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. I've talked to a couple people in the Ironman camp. Obviously, they're exploring all options is one of the terms I heard. As they should, because, they're in a bad spot. You just picked up a couple semi-pro guys, and you could still use maybe a little bit more pro talent. But there's another team that definitely could use some help. And one of the players from that team allegedly, what has been on the show before. He's been a guest, longtime viewer, longtime listener. He's been on the show a couple times. So, anybody want to take a guess where Corey Hall allegedly might possibly find a home? Could be going to? I don't know. Without getting too much trouble.
I mean, I didn't say.
I didn't hear it from Kyle.
I didn't say anything.
Because when Kyle came in, I wanted to talk to him about what's been going on, and he was telling me about this electrical issue he's having at home.
Well, at the girlfriend's house.
At the girlfriend's house. Sorry.
She it's like a
Dizon's here. Did you call Dizon?
I didn't call Dizon,
Yeah.
but I think the SDG&E might get here faster.
Oh,
And Dizon might.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. Actually.
Yeah, but you could shoot.
They actually did, that was that phone number that was calling me.
Oh,
to come fix the pole outside the house, but
Okay.
I didn't answer it because
That's dedication.
You guys.
That's dedication.
So I'll just be out of power till tomorrow probably.
Yeah, dedication.
But yeah, well, the power's like just going out slowly. Like everything in the house was dying, like the fridge, then the AC, then the microwave, dryer, and then the electrician.
So things are shorting out.
Yeah, and then the electrician came and he said, "Oh, well, I like reset everything, and you're getting some power. They still need to come look at it, but that's weird that none of the appliances are working. So those are probably shot. Meaning you need new appliances, and someone's gonna have to come look at the AC unit now because that might be messed up.
Yeah.
So
you know how you can test it now. Now you know that there's not a full amount of power going into everything.
Like a finger,
yeah,
or
like
fork,
a fork and stick it in
no,
each one.
do not do that. We're done.
That's only if you're
that was a joke.
Instructed
that was a joke.
A little bit of power is coming out. Only a little bit of power is coming out. Only a little bit of power.
Don't do that. It's a joke.
So, beneficiaries here. Obviously, if you're one of those top players who've been paid already, you get into double dip. So that's a plus. That's a good negotiation tactic or possibility. Obviously, if you're a player who wants to just make you could take this as an easier season for yourself because again, some of the guys have already been paid quite a bit of money, and so that's another option. But yeah, some of those lower teams who are looking to pick up players definitely helps out. Now, what does suck for the Ironman is if you're flying 3 guys out from the East Coast, I just booked some tickets and you're spending your entire budget just getting the players out here. Just knowing how expensive it was just to fly guys in from the Philly practice, you'd almost be better served to spend more money on the talent that's local, right? Like get some guys that are equally as good and spend that money that you'd spend getting everybody over here at $1,000 a plane ticket, which is what plane tickets cost right now. Mm-hmm. It's like, and mainly because we're not flying Spirit. Like let's be honest here. We're not going to put anybody on Spirit. We don't play that game for you guys. I'm sorry, we're not gonna do that to our guys.
Unless you like to smoke cigarettes, because I think you can still smoke on their planes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually, I got
They have ashtrays, I think.
I got one of those messages like, "Are you for real?" But didn't without saying for real, because you can read a text message from Archie because we booked him on Southwest. So.
I actually started liking Southwest when I started going up to Sacramento because I gained a ton of points and the flights are cheap like everywhere. So I think I gained like 5 flights worth of points like in just those 2.5 years within that.
Yeah, it's a gladiator. I heard it described as gladiator style.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, I'm in B-56.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
But it's only like
I won't stand for this slander.
It's only like 30. I think it's like $20 a flight if you want to be in like the A-list boarding. Just nice, like.
Yeah, but.
And you can pick whatever seat you want.
Yeah, but all the seats are the same.
So what?
I like to walk by first class thinking that could be me someday. That's like a night. It's like a night you guys walk by them.
Do that?
Yeah, I go. You know what?
You can always
it gives you
get
every
first
time.
class,
Every time that you walk
so you don't
onto a
walk
plane,
by it.
every time you walk on the plane, it's something that you can. It's like it builds character that way. If you're just over there like muscling people out of the way to get a middle seat.
You just did a clinic in Paris. Did you get up? Did you have first class?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Interesting.
But only because I fight extra hard because I see Marcelo on Play the Game podcast.
Oh, so you
he gets it. Yeah.
You
so
fought your way into the.
I'm finding my way into a higher living because I see it's competition. I see Marcelo getting it all the time. So yeah. Anyway, it is better than exactly. So that's why I also like not to fly Southwest. Okay. Does GI Sports have a private jet? Maybe. So let's talk a little bit about. And speaking of talent, I heard you guys, your team this weekend did pretty well and got beat up by. There was a WC PPL local event. How did that go?
Went well. I think I just drove the most in 5 days in my entire life. Wednesday, drove to LA and back same day to get some more Tiger Wear stuff going for you guys. Then drove Thursday to Riverside from San Diego, which is like an hour and 15-minute drive. Thursday, then back to walk the fields. Then Friday up there, get up at 5 a.m., coaching games. Stayed up there Friday night, drove home Saturday, then drove back Sunday to coach. So a lot of driving. But it went well. It coached 3 different teams. The premier team, which had my TJ Bassler guys that usually play MXL, decided to play WC and skip out on this MXL. Then my D3 Fear guys, and then those guys that you coach. Well, you coach Fear and the other guy. And then the other D4 guys, their team is called Never Say Die.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I don't know how you do that. Just with all the different bunker names, the player names, coaching that many different teams, that is mental fortitude right there. That is insane.
It's funny because I was like,
that is absolutely insane.
The D4 team I coached was a new team. I had never been to any of their practices, just talked to them through text message a little bit. And Saturday was the first day I coached them, and I was talking to some of the guys after their 2 matches. And then Justin from the Fear team was there because he helps out. And I was saying like, hey, we need to get this player like Devin, switch it with this other guy, Lionel, for tomorrow. And they were like, hey, just like, so like you make sure you have the right guys. Like, Devin is this guy and Lionel's this guy, right? And I was like, yeah, I know. And then they're like, oh, wow, that's a lot for you coaching 3 teams and just meet us today. And Justin's like, he's on it. Trust me. He's like, he's got the names, everything. He does it well. But yeah, I like it because it's a great challenge for me also because it makes me have to like process a lot of information and understand the whole game. And then I honestly think it helps me because I get double the amount of games that, like, reps for myself as a coach, which I think in turn helps me, figure out the field a little bit faster than other people.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, obviously, you just have to kind of play towards, like, what's successful with one team is not always going to be successful with the other team. But yeah, you mentioned something that was really interesting in there, just kind of like the mental test that it puts you through.
Yeah.
Right? It's just being able to focus on that many things. There's a lot of people, and this is another thing, back into that controlled variables aspect of the game, is there's a lot of stuff that you can do to prepare yourself, which people just take for granted. Like, how many times, I'm sure this... answer the call, see if he wants to give away something on the show. Like, hey, can I call you back? But wait, we're on the show right now. You want to donate something? Come on, he's got stuff to donate. Sorry, stuff's busy. Things are busy right now.
I'll ask him if he wants to be.
If he wants to chuck in something for the show, I'll probably say, "Oh, sure, yeah. When do you guys do your show? Come on, 4 p.m. Tuesdays. Let's go." So yeah. Anyway, the mental capacity, and just the prep work. A lot of people don't even study the game plans, or they don't even look past what they're gonna do on the field, and expand outward from there, which I think is an incredibly overlooked aspect, because you always want to think of, like, what is happening, what is your guys' intention, where are the rest of your team doing, are we taking risks somewhere else? Because obviously your mentality changes slightly. If I know Dalton is going to make a big bite and these guys are going to do some big extravagant moves over there, and they're alive after the breakout, then I can anticipate some big things happening, and I don't necessarily need to push it on the other side. But if you're not even zooming out to begin with, then you obviously you're going to struggle with understanding what's going to happen, and then that all goes back. That's a little bit more advanced, or slightly more advanced aspect of it. But even in the root of it is, did you lube your gun? Mm-hmm. Are there batteries in your gun? I think actually 2 people talked to, one of whom was playing the WCPPL, said they're having gun issues this weekend, and
we're getting lots of juicy rumors in here. That's what we have to say.
The phones are where the juicy rumors are.
We need them.
But 2 people contacted me over the weekend, both with gun trouble issues. Mm. One of whom was playing D4 in the WCPPL. One of whom plays on our team on Dynasty. Mm. Both problems were solved by changing the battery in your gun. Mm. And that is something that, like, it's one of those set it and forget it kind of things. You put it in there and you're just kind of like, how long have I been playing with this? How long should it work? But it's not really, you're never thinking about it. And if you ever have that drop off and you're like, I should lube something, but something's not working properly, it's probably that. It is a good chance that it's your battery, and that's a controllable variable that everybody should take into consideration as you're prepping for these events, because no matter which way you look at it or slice it, or however you want to say this, everybody hates losing. Mm-hmm. And everybody can always look back on one little thing as to what, I guess, didn't help in their success, or what helped to have them lose, or what helped the other team. Because, I shouldn't have fought so much. Mm-hmm. Maybe I needed to hit that shot off the break. Maybe I needed to be a little bit quicker. But even if at the most simple part, it could have been like, the ones that you don't say are usually, shit, I forgot to get air. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I've had my pods in my pack all day and it's 100 degrees outside. Mm-hmm. All the little personal things that when you think back on them was a stupid mistake that was easily avoidable. A lot of people make those same mistakes moving forward, event after event or weekend after weekend. And you gotta really, really, really focus on that sort of stuff. Like, you cannot allow that to get the best of you. Mm-hmm. and hurt you moving forward. And that's something that bites people in the butt constantly. Constantly. People are getting making these little mistakes that are easily avoidable. And we've done some BKI drills about it, BKI content, mm-hmm. with, like, how to control your paint, or how to care for your paint when it's hot, how to care for your paint when it's cold. Ask Steve Segovia. We're on it. like our paint thing, and we mentioned that when we played you guys, obviously, but yeah, little things.
Yeah, I mean, I even talked to my guys at the end because we also had my D3 team lost to the Gummy Bears, who had a couple of the premier guys playing with them in D3, so that was a tough team to beat. They ended up getting second to Marcelo's Vegas team, and we literally got back into that game. It was like a 1-point differential, and a guy was like in a pivotal spot, and his gun was just had no air, like from the beginning. Shot like 30 paintballs, and his gun was down. So it was just like a lot of those games on typically Sunday, your quarterfinals, sudden death. A lot of them come down to 1 or 2 points. I was talking to my guys after, like, hey, these, like, the guns, the paint, all that stuff, I don't need to keep saying it, and when I go to your practices, I'm not going to keep talking about it, because that's something that, like, you need the paintball theory, the high-level stuff. This is stuff that you shouldn't have to keep going. Like, you should be able to remind your guys about this stuff. So, basically, it was just, seeing a lot of that, and it's kind of frustrating, I guess.
Right. Well, that's an easy way to, yes. Very political way of putting it. Yes.
And a thing that I had talked to those guys about is it, like, in my opinion, that's one of your biggest assets you can have in divisional, because everyone does it, right? Like, everyone of the more unexperienced guys, they like forget to turn their loader on, or they forget to turn the gun on, or something like that. It's good that actually the refs chrono you as you walk onto the field, because I think that helps remind a lot of people.
For sure.
But basically, like, not everyone can have like a Fran for the Ironman, or a Vic for you guys, and those guys are pops for damage. Like, those guys are elite in what they do, and even if they struggle, I Ryan and I were talking about this earlier today, and I kind of would like compare it to like errors in baseball.
Yeah.
And if you can cut all those out, a lot of times the other team is gonna do it. Is gonna have an error. They're gonna get to the box late. They're gonna not have air. Not use, like, boring their paint right. So you want to, like, if you cut all those out, regardless if you may be not as strong as the other team, you have a good chance to be in the fight, because you're not doing any of the errors, and you're allowing the other team to do it. But if you're
mitigating as many of them, yeah.
But if you're playing a good team who's making errors, and then you're not as strong, and you're also making these errors and not handling the controlled variables, essentially, then you're gonna lose 1 to 2 point spread in those matches. So I think it's really important to try to do your due diligence and make sure that you have all of those accounted for, because you think that it's not important, but like it doesn't matter how good you are on the field. Like, if you're having those constantly, it's gonna really affect your ability to close out games consistently.
Yeah, and it's all about making less mistakes than your opponents, and that goes from anywhere from on the playing field and off, because all that stuff's gonna just add up into something. And you did mention a couple things that like a lot of the divisional players will make a lot of the same types of mistakes on those little ends. So if you kind of add all of that stuff up, and that could be a huge advantage for you on the divisional level, because obviously on the pro side we have great support system and support staff. You forgot to mention Crandall and Steve also, who've been with us for 20 almost years.
Sure.
Right. And so the better support staff you have, and we use the F1, not Field 1, the F1 racing analogy last time. Like, if you got guys you've got me and Kyle in your pit trying to change your tires, you guys are gonna lose. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna get the tire on.
Yeah.
But
We're gonna be pressing the drill.
yeah,
We're going the wrong way.
Yeah, let's
tighten
go.
them.
Kyle, you're going the wrong way. And you're gonna take off, and your tire's gonna fall off. And it's funny we mentioned that, but like I had a talk because I wasn't there. Skinny Kevin jumped in and guested for me or replaced me as the coach for my Savage guys. But one of the things that I know affected us at the last WC event, we went at event 1. We lost a match by 1, we won a match by 1, and we tied 2 matches. And everybody can go back in every single one of those matches and go, I could have done this a little better. I could have done this a little bit better. But one thing that plagued us again was being efficient in the pit. Now they have one of the dad's pops he kills it. He's like, pods are all filled, everything's ready, like everything's in the right spot. But what we make a mistake with is you come off the field and you want to watch the game, and then you want to do this, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, the match that is playing between us is happening a lot faster than I expected, and now everybody's standing trying to get air at the same time.
Yeah,
and it's like those little things could have easily been fixed.
Sure.
And I know that someone mentioned or asked about the let's see, where is the BKI piece about caring for your paint? I am gonna look for it. I've got the whole entire BKI library up right now with all of the videos that I've done, and I want to find it. I do believe it was a free piece of content, so you don't need to have a BKI membership to watch it. But let me have a look at everything here, and I'll try to put a link in there. But it's pretty straightforward. If it's really cold and your paint is really brittle, you know, some people know, like when you drop the paint, you're like, oof, that might break my gun. Or if you're breaking paint, you can try to heat your paint up, put it into a vehicle that put the heater on. Or adversely, if you realize that it's super hot outside and your paint's kind of sitting in the sun, you know that there's going to be an effect on that. Like, there is a problem. And most of us already know that that's a problem. So you have to try to solve that problem before it begins to build up. And what we can do is you can take the paint boxes and use those as sunshades in your car, turn your car on with the AC blasting. That's an option. Most people have a vehicle that's somewhere on site that they can do that with. Again, nobody likes bouncing people, and if that's avoidable, you can do that.
Sure.
You can fix that. So yeah. Again, not everybody has a dedicated pit staff. Some people have like their girlfriends and their little brothers and like a dad, and you're like trying to quickly teach them how to do all this stuff as efficiently as possible, and a lot of the things that you can do in order to fix that is take care of your equipment, and that way that's not even an issue on the field.
Sure.
At all. So that's something there. And yeah, you had another one.
Well, another thing I just want to talk about is like, just in paintball in general, you lose a lot more than you win, obviously, right?
Oh yeah.
But you obviously need both of those to kind of incongruent to start winning a lot more. And we see this with teams that we first started coaching, and then over the events they start performing better, you know, from not even making it out of prelims to then making it out of prelims, and then just all around better play. And you know, big thing I think is like you have to lose, and you see a lot of guys get like really down on themselves when they do lose, instead of kind of embracing it. That it's like, if you're in it for the long haul, start to figure out, like, be okay, especially in practices too. Like, you're like, man, this team is really beating up on us, but if you have that mindset, it's like, this is actually better for me in the long run. Like, today sucks, yeah, we're getting blown out, but those are where the gems come from. And I even like that the Fear team that I coach, and this happened with the Felons team I coach all of last year. Like, those guys the Felon guys are cruising out, like dominating in the prelims, you know, making it in those later rounds of the quarters, semifinals. And then the Sphere team, we went 1-3 the first event one, and then this event they came out and won the arguably like the two of the best teams that are in their division. They beat both of them in the prelims, and then just lost one game and made it out, and then lost that Gummy Bears match by 1 point. Gummy Bears went on to play the final. So, that 1 point should show you how small the variables are. And it was funny because the way the field was set up, you could essentially lock like everything down, and both players could run to the snake off the break. The snake was long, went all the way down the field.
I saw that.
Both people could go there. So a lot of things canceled out. And Gummy Bears were giving us a gift, and they weren't going to the snake or snake corner. So it was like a setup basically to shoot it off the break just in case they went, set up somewhere for a guy to fill there, and then we're going to go to the snake off the break. If we get the snake off the break, that's like, if they don't go at a minute and a half, and we got in the snake and didn't go down, waited about 15 seconds, and they filled out to the snake corner. And as soon as I saw the guy fill out, it's like, oh, that was
your opportunity.
Yeah. And I talked to everyone about it, and I even went to Mario, who might be in here, and I said, hey, can I show you something? Because I like a lot of those kids, and I do wish well for them. I was like, do you see a hole here? And I drew up where they went, and I drew up where we went. I said, do you see a hole here with a minute and a half? And he goes, these guys shooting this way. He goes, oh man, your guy could have came all the way down the snake and shot all of us, huh? And I said, yeah, that's just for your knowledge for the rest of this tournament. But it's and it's crazy how small like just a player's position could be, and a 5-on-5 can be the difference maker. So I mean, we're losing one of my teams was a 5-on-3 earlier in their match, and then they lost the match by 1 point. And it's like, that's and I would say even to some extent, being in a 5-on-3 is kind of one of those controlled variables. Like, you should really, besides a small percentage of the time, unless the other team just makes like a fantastic play, like you should be able to close those out.
Yeah.
And it's just like not forgetting all those things and trying to remember. And like, a good thing too that I thought of is like on teams where you don't have a good, like a team manager essentially that's doing all this stuff for you, is like assign jobs. Hey, that's a good point. You're on pods, making sure the pods get to the, the field that we're playing.
Are cleaned, are ready to go. Yeah. Like, yes.
Make sure like someone has all the batteries. Hey, you're in charge of batteries. Someone has all the squeegees and like extra barrel condoms. All that little stuff. Hey, you're in charge of checking the paint that we have to get. If it's new paint, you need to check it every match and make sure it's bore size.
And that's a very, 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 very tough job. So make sure you know enough about paint. Don't just be like, yeah, he can do it.
Yeah. Typically, it's my job.
Yeah.
At these events.
Yes, that's unfortunately my job also. I don't like it because then you're also responsible for making sure all the paint is it. And I also complain the most. Me and Marcelo complains about equally as much about paint as I do. So that's something that I try to get him to start doing now too. But yeah, it's a big thing because again, if it's something that we can control and we can figure out on our own, then let's make sure that that's the case. And someone did ask about what the prime temperature is for paint. What do you want to keep it at if you have the opportunity to be able to do that? I think in this like the high 60s, right? So 68 degrees, 65 to 68 is pretty good. And again, this all is dependent on how the ball reacts as soon as you pull it off of the trailer or the truck or from the field, right? If it's incredibly bouncy, right, when you pull it off, let's lower that to the low 69 degrees, guys. Yep. Exactly. And don't put it at 69 or 70 if it's incredibly bouncy. I would put your temperature down to the low setting in your car and get it as cold as possible at that point. And again, adversely, if it's incredibly brittle, let's put it up to close to 70 even. And I mean, sometimes we'll put it up on the dashboard.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing, I think one of our first weekends of practice this year, we got Ultra Evil, and we're like, hell yeah, because GI was like, want to make sure you guys are sent the best stuff right away. But our first practice was 33 degrees in the morning at ASG, so we were like a little brittle for us.
Yeah.
So we were we just turned the heat up. We took the paint out of the bags and put them into a warm car, and it solved the problem rather quickly. So that's something that you can do. Again, make sure your shoes are tied, guys. That's what we're getting at. Anything? Was that anything? Nothing important.
No.
Nothing cool.
Nothing
important.
we can discuss
So
on today's show.
Okay. So we were gonna get a player that allegedly is on the Ironman already, but it's also not set in stone, and no one's trying to get cut before they get picked up. So we'll save that news for a little bit later, but you did hear that there's. Oh wait, we never really answered that one question about what team that one player might go to. We did see a lot of people guessing. I did see some Infamous in there. I think that Infamous has a pretty stacked roster though right now. I think they have 13 guys, so it's not Infamous.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it, but don't control you.
No one said X Factor. We've had Meter on the show numerous times.
Wait, which player are we talking about?
Corey Hall.
Oh, Corey Hall.
Yeah. So it's basically the only 3 guys that don't have a squad yet. Do have lines in the water.
Well, didn't you get a message from the horse's mouth?
So I know who it is.
The horse's mouth.
I know. We're just playing a little game.
Okay,
We just want to play a little game. Gotta
Okay.
drag this out a little bit more. You know what I mean? We gotta get this. So it could be X Factor because we've had a guy from X Factor on the show.
Could be Aftermath.
Have we had any Aftermath guys on the show? Aftermath would be a good call though.
Well,
we have. I don't know. Just keep it exciting.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. We've had Infamous on the show. Yep. Okay. The Thunder call is a good call. I would say like an East Coast or West Coast team would be a good one. Damage already won an event and picked up a solid player on the roster. Andy, we've had them on, I guess, more than once. We've had this person on more than once. It's Steven. It's not Dynasty. Alex would be that guy. NRG would be a good call. If NRG could land a player off of this squad, it would be a good one.
Oh, that Moorhead to level thing was not true.
Was not true.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
It's a good job though. Whoever said that, it was like really believable because it's just random. And It was just like thrown in the chat. I texted Tyler after the show and he's like, I don't know what that is about. No. And he's like, well, he said something like, I didn't know that. Not to my knowledge. And then
we sold it pretty well with like how close he was, the kid thing going on.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it made sense.
And I went to Moorhead's Instagram and I saw like he had posted like some Heat videos like within like the last hour. So I was like, yeah, probably not.
Sometimes you got to clear that content though.
Yeah.
You just got to sweep that content out,
yeah.
right?
I know I need to unload all my Latin Saints.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, someone else J-Rab posted something up and I made fun of it.
Really?
Yeah, I said I commented to J-Rab and I was like, because he posted a Latin Saints video and I go, they want royalties from that video because they own the trademarks and all that stuff. So you're gonna hear from their lawyers.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
I did see the.
So Bobby, yes, they have been on the show. They've been on the show more than once. So.
The Pro Paintball troll.
That was a good one. Yeah, big fan of our show. Thank you. Shout out to the Pro Paintball troll. If you're out here watching, we do appreciate the support. Backed us up right there. A fan of the Spick Span Show over the other digital content that you can consume out there on the website on the internet. So that was a nice stuck up for us on that one. And then real quick before people start getting a little so not Diesel. I don't think we've had any Diesel players. Nick Sloviak in the house. Yep. Nick Sloviak has been on the show numerous times.
Yeah.
That's a twist.
It's true.
That's a twist. So yes, we did Dizon. That was great. Todd has been on the show. I think he's been on the show more than once. Maybe
more than once.
Yeah, I think he's been on the show more than once. But just real quick, because I don't want to forget this, as far as exciting news for you guys who are watching this, Matrix Gear and Jace Bernabe.
Oh yeah, I talked to them this weekend.
Yeah,
regifting.
So we've got a $200 gift card going directly to one person. $200 straight bucks, to your pocket. They're donating their $100 Matrix Gear gift card. Also, Paul from Matrix Gear is donating a signed Dalton Vanderbilt jersey. So we've got that. And then also, for those of you who are the discounted member merch perk members, discounted merch perk members, and the super mega support status members, you would have gotten a discounted code in your community section. So there's a little form that we have directly on YouTube, and you can check there, and there's a 10% off code to some carbon goggles or pants. Yeah, there we go. Jay Stu got the $100 and got the stuff. So shout out to Matrix Gear for keeping you guys laced up and getting you guys dialed in. And Brandon Ortega is chucking in a headband. Let's do it.
Looks like Archie has some juicy news there too.
Let's hear it, Arch. Bear DeGidio is rebuilding shooters and looters, I heard. So what do you guys think about getting Bear DeGidio on the show? That would be a fun one.
Yeah.
He's entertaining, to say the least. He would definitely have some juicy news. I think that he should be someone that we put into the rotation.
Okay.
And Alex, we could hit up Alex actually too, because I know he's got some news. But Alex is full-time daddy daycare. His wife got COVID.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's okay. She's just sick, but that means that it's full-time take care of the kids. And then he's also got to take care of me, because I have questions every single moment of the day for him.
A lot of no bear, please.
Please, no bear. Yeah, Mario's not too fond of bear.
Hey, Justin Steptoe, thanks for the support.
Yeah, let me put your name on the wheel right here. So, shooters and looters coming back into the deal. Brandon Ortega's donating a headband. Also, we've got a goggle strap, and we have got this the Carnage jersey from last week. So we have the signed case that will go out next week, and that's coming from Mr. Keith Smoot. So someone's gonna win this Kaiser Carnage jersey. Also, for the most part, everybody who won stuff last week, all of your stuff is in the mail right now. So if you have not received it yet, don't you worry, it's on the way. I promise. And let me get Colton 609 onto the wheel here. Let's get Cole Melger on the wheel here, and I'll share that code with you guys again, just so you guys have it. And we are still working on some other codes and what up. Oh yeah, Nick Sloviak, shout out. Let's get the air horn going too, huh? Yeah, that's for everybody who donated to Alejandro Piedra.
Thank you, Nick.
Also, Outlaw Anodizing is I just saw the proof of my Signature Series guns. They're being anodized this week. Hopefully finished, shipped, and being built by Alex's poor fingers.
Are you going to show the blueprint?
Of what?
The gun?
The blueprint?
Yeah.
Of the blueprint?
Uh-huh.
Or what it looks like?
Yeah.
We've seen what it looks like. I've been using it for all season.
But
we're just adding a little bit more red to it, and then, just getting a little bit more red soaked into the middles and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing right there. Shout out to Omar. Welcome to the discounted merch perk status. So yeah, you know what we could do real quick is we can fire off one spin and just see who's gonna get this $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's one of the concerns, right, about having Bear on there. But because of how technologically advanced the Spick and Span Show is, right? And we could just turn the volume down on the iPad, Archie. Huh? Yeah. So we are in control of who it is, of what's going on.
True.
And we can also mute it so he doesn't know what we're saying. Plus, it's really confusing when you join the Spick and Span Show as a guest, because you're looking at something that you don't really, as a lot of you guys have known or noticed, most people don't even know that it's a live show because they're not quite... yeah, I literally muted the webcast. It's a lot of hard no's for... a lot of hard no's, huh? Yeah, actually, William, we've got some cards right here. I just need Kyle's signature. Yours is in here. I'm not going to show you exactly what it looks like, but we're gonna be up all night diligently writing on those things. And 1-year members are also going to be getting a 50% off code to Outlaw, the Outlaw Gold. Shout out to Phil Milton. I see you in here. Outlaw Gold, baby. Gold in them there hills. So shout out to Outlaw for that as well. We'll make sure you guys all get some of those things. Mario. Mario, you've been on the show long enough. You know that this is a live show. And speaking of being on the show for a long time, shout out to Dizon up there, 20 months.
Wow.
Hit the 20-month mark just now. So I need to make new emojis for everybody who's been over here for over 2 years. So yeah, there we go. Michael Brayton coming up on a year. Yeah, I've got a really big one. And Mr. Cruz, I'm not selling to my force just yet. Not yet. So yeah, big shout out, big thank you to everybody who's been supporting the show for any amount of time. Even if you're just now joining us today, we wanna welcome you to the most painful Tuesday of your life, as Alex would say.
I haven't seen Alex chirping up in here actually.
He's got a kid in each hand right now. And I forgot my iPad, so we could run it on there if you want to give him a call and see what he's up to.
Should I run and grab the iPad?
Yeah, we could do it on there.
Yeah, but I gotta control the deal.
Well, I can do it right here too.
Yeah.
We got it in front of us. All right. And yeah, so Alejandro, I've got another strap that is going to be dropping for Champions Club and Paintball Club members only. So if you are a part of the Dynasty Paintball Club or a member of the Dynasty Champions Club, you guys all get access to exclusive drops and first looks at a lot of products. We just got in your next 3 months worth of gifts. So we've got some really cool things. And yes, one of those things that you're looking at right here, which we showed you last week on the show, is a special Dynasty Paintball Club strap that will be coming with another Paintball Club piece of memorabilia as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. And then I have some Stay Hungry straps that are in a different design. If you've seen Edward Dizon's story, you could see what one of the samples look like. And yeah, you can actually get this hoodie right here on dynastypaintball.com right now. So if you get one of those things, obviously take a picture, send it to us, let us see how it's fitting you. Mm-hmm. You're making those things too, right?
Yeah,
what's going on with the puff
these are
paint
coming
ones?
up.
Yeah. Hoodies are probably the best buy right now, going into June, into the summertime, because in San Diego we got June gloom, so it's a little chilly outside. Actually, I wore this today. But yeah, snag your hoodies now. And no, Keith. So I do have this right here as well. It actually cracked in the mail, but I do have a old signed poster. It's got Oliver on there. Look at him. What did Oliver look like back then? Come here. Let's get a little look at that guy. Wow. Zach Wake, BKI member. Shout out to Zach Wake. Dalton Vanderbilt, Pro Tips member. Always learning. Yosh Rao. Look at everybody on there. There's Mouse. Look at that guy, huh?
Wow.
That was right before he got big and good at paintball. There I am. Those sunglasses are pretty nice. Look at Alex Frazier with the white sunglasses. This is us in our prime right here.
Yeah.
Right when we went to Empire, to GI.
That was
Empire.
right before I came to the team.
Oh, I was going to say before you started even playing paintball.
No, it's not that old. I think that was 2012.
Yeah.
Or 2011.
2011. I think that was a while back. So, yeah. Looking like he's about to tear down Vegas. Travis, go to dynastypaintball.com. Well, so there's a couple different clubs you can join. Obviously, you can be a supporter of this channel. Get yourself on that wheel that we're about to spin right now. And then if you want to join the Dynasty Paintball Club, you just go to dynastypaintball.com, click on memberships, and there we go. And then finally, the Champions Club is a sold out. It's a capped membership. So the only way to get on the Champions Club is to be a Paintball Club member. And if someone drops out on the renewal date, which will be in about a month and a half, then
did it stop lagging? I saw someone write that, or was it just for a second?
I think there was just that 1 second that we both got on there.
Should I go grab the iPad really quick or no?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Do you know exactly where it is?
It's on the kitchen table.
For sure.
Right on the old Spick Span Studio table.
Doghouse Studio.
Doghouse Studio table. So Kyle's gonna go grab that. We'll get someone on the horn here. We'll try to at least. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and spin this wheel, and I'm gonna give away that $200 gift card. How about that? So let's let's jump over here to the wheel of names, everybody. All right, so this gift card is brought to you by Matrix Gear and the Bernabe family. So here we go. Hard to see. Mr. Brandon Ortega. Would you look at that? Brandon is donating and winning. Hell yeah. Shout out to Mr. Brandon Ortega. Bam. There you go. You just won yourself a $200 gift card. So actually, as I'm writing that one down, let's go ahead and spin for the gift that Brandon is donating, which is a headband. All right. So we're gonna spin on this one right now. We've got our studio up here, getting the iPad ready, waiting on Alex to get back to us. Mr. Edward Horbelt. Okay. Oh, we also have. I'll give this away too. We've got an unclaimed Tiger Wear beanie. Right here, next to these little Easter eggs that I have of up here in these areas. I always want to pay attention to what's going on in the background here at Spick and Span Studios. So you never know what you're gonna get. Okay. So yeah, Tiger Wear beanie. Here we go. The little bit of my old gray hair in it, probably. This will come out $200. Yeah.
What'd you give away?
I gave away a $200 gift card.
Who won?
Brandon Ortega.
Oh, there you go.
Out of all people, and Brandon Ortega also donated a headband, which went to Edward Horbelt.
Wow.
Yeah, so congratulations. Make sure I have your guys' addresses. Also, as far as the gift cards go, they're going to be emailed to you directly from Matrix Gear Paintball. So make sure I have your email addresses. You don't have to be present to win, but I do need to be able to contact you to get your contact information. So let's...
Archie's got a large project dry fit he can throw in also.
Oh, yeah. Okay, project dry fit. Okay.
I guess if, Alex doesn't answer, we can always call Archie up.
Dude, Archie's in here. Archie, you want to come on the show here for a little bit? We could talk some nonsense. And then let's give this beanie away real quick because I got to get it off my head before I pass out because I'm so hot in here. That's toasty.
I guess I left the door open a little bit.
Okay, that's nice of you. It is pretty toasty in here now. So, here we go. Real quick. Mr. TMed23. Make sure we have your addresses. TMed23 just won a beanie. A Tiger Wear beanie. So let's give a quick shout out here to all of the winners. Again, what do we have? You can call me in. Let's get Archie. All right. So also, we've got for the super mega support status members, we do have that Dalton Vanderbilt jersey going to them. So we'll get that one queued up here right now. In the meantime, congrats to everybody. Woo. There we go. Let's go and take that off. We'll put it right here again. T-Med. I don't know if I have T-Med's address. I'll tell you this right now. I'm fairly certain I do not have that. And if I gave you my address before I won something, do you want me to tell you my address again? So, if you win something and you're not totally sure if we have your address, you can always, it won't hurt to send it again. But if you've received something in the past, then most likely I still have your address unless you moved. So, here we go. All right. Let's make sure we don't show anybody the phone number right now. Like we do that sometimes. Another bonus for being Spick and Span members and fans is when you're here, sometimes you get a Pro Paintball player's. Oh, would you look at that?
Maybe we'll have to get both of
Yeah,
them.
we're getting them both in here. This is always this is a treat. This is
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, hold on.
Can you hear me? Hang on a second.
Hear who? Dude, we were
mama.
just calling Archie.
Dude, I'm in the throes of chaos.
Oh, wow.
Hold on. Okay, we've got.
What's going on here?
What do you mean? What's going on
Do
here?
I need to lower
yeah,
this
yeah,
a
we're
little?
gonna lower that thing right now.
You wanna-
Okay, good idea. Play with the pencil. Nope.
Which one of these should I...
Here, how
I
about
got
some
it.
glue?
You don't have to do anything.
Glue?
All right, welcome back to the show,
It's a party.
dude.
Here's our project for the day. It's a Ryan Greenspan signature series birdhouse. We're in the throes of dinner time here, the witching hour, as you know, as it's called.
How is it? How's Daddy Daycare?
Ah, it's a piece of cake, bro.
You just turned the Spick Span Show on and...
Yeah, have him.
Yeah,
rest
that's
is
right.
cake.
All right, kids, the Spick and Span Show's on. What do you say, Alice? Do you like the Spick and Span Show? What's that? I don't know.
Come on, Alice.
It's Uncle Ryan and Uncle Kyle's show. Do you remember them? Hey, Archie.
Hey, what's up, Al? How are you?
Check this out.
Dang.
My
this out.
masterpiece.
Actually, speaking of that, big congratulations to Jonathan Padilla. I believe he had his baby last week during the Spick and Span Show.
Hang on, honey. I know, pal. I know. See? Years of hanging out with Ryan prepares you for this. Yes, Ryan? What is it, pal? Here you go, Ryan. Little Ryan. See? I knew how to deal with it before it happened.
Lots of practice.
Yeah, lots of practice. I was actually giving you praise here, Alex, about how much we need you. It's all hands on deck every time.
What, on the show?
No, just in life. About every day.
Oh, thanks, pal.
Yeah.
I need you guys too.
Yeah. These guys are saying that you're so funny you need your own show. So
I don't know about that.
just know that if you spin off your own show, that we're gonna need syndication rights on it.
I wouldn't be able to show up on time. Yeah. A Spick and Span's production. The Eggman Hour. I don't know. What'd you call it?
Eggman Hour is good.
The Eggman Hour.
There's no hours anymore on TV, you know? Like, nothing's called the something hour anymore.
Was that something that it used to?
Yeah.
60 minutes?
There's like the Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz Comedy Hour. Hey.
Alex still watches TV in black and white.
Chesterfield cigarettes help you become a supreme athlete.
Oh, man.
7 out of 10 doctors recommend.
Yeah. Pepsi Cola hits the spot. Look what I got. Liquid gold.
Oh yeah.
What is that, honey?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Al. I think one of those has my name on it.
Oh, of course it does.
Yeah.
It'll be on the way to you directly when I get back to the shop. In
Oh,
2
nice.
weeks.
Actually, that's a good point. Doesn't what's the deal with honey? You can eat it. Does it if you eat it every single day? It's good for your allergies. Yeah.
For allergies?
Yeah.
Well, what supposedly if you eat
Local honey.
that is has been foraged from like local flowers that you have allergies to, then I can help you. Like, say you're allergic to eucalyptus and you want to get eucalyptus honey, or if
Right.
you're allergic to like dandelion, then you want to get dandelion honey.
Sure. But I mean, a lot of allergies.
What about poison ivy, honey?
Yeah. Do you have any poison ivy honey?
Yeah, if you're allergic to poison ivy, you want to eat poison ivy.
Okay.
So
Disclaimer: do not eat poison
I was
ivy.
just about to say I'll put Alex's address in there when you guys need to send him a summons for eating all that. Arch, what do we got dropping next?
What are we working on? We got some. We have some dye barrels coming soon. We have powerhouse regs, 2 different types actually. They both look awesome. I can't wait to drop those.
Oh, I saw those.
Is it like the one you're using?
It's similar. We changed it up a little bit, and then we also did another design that kind of looks like a grenade. It's really sick, to be honest.
Yeah, the one you have is rad. I would definitely.
Yeah, that one's really cool too. But they both look really good from the rendering and the prototype that we've because we made some adjustments to the one I have. Just made the print a little bit smaller on it, and then the second one that we did also looks really good.
Awesome. Can you make one that looks like this?
Before you guys came on the show, we were also talking about how to test your electricity by putting fork in an outlet, and now we're talking about eating poison ivy. So
Michael Cruz goes, what I learned from today's show, put a fork in the outlet and eat poison ivy.
Do not do either.
Yeah. Tune into the Spick and Span Show where you learn how to kill yourself.
I was gonna say a random question I have. It's just only low pressure rigs, right? There's not like a high pressure rig.
Yeah, there's a high pressure rig.
What are those used for?
For a Tippmann 98.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I mean, a lot of the regs can be adjusted with different spring tensions to be high pressure or low pressure.
Do you guys know what the original train, what changed them from? Because I think all regs used to be somewhere around 800 just standard, and now I think most of them are lower.
I don't know.
Well, it changed it to be able to your air efficiency and how hard or soft guns are on paint. And you can also use different materials as well. As it's.
I don't know, Ryan. I mean, I don't know if that really does affect air efficiency. I'd like to see the science on that.
Yeah, I don't know if it does either, to be honest. But I don't know why the mainstream at this point now most rigs are lower pressure, but I'm not necessarily sure.
It's a volume thing, no? I don't know. Alex, you had a big hand in designing our gun.
Yeah, and we did testing on that. Like, we tested higher pressure and lower volume, and it was not less efficient than lower pressure, higher volume. So
no, I'm not. I know that. I'm not saying that changing your output pressure on your reg will have much effect, if any, on your overall air efficiency. But I do believe that you can make a gun around that. So as you're building your gun to work on high versus low pressure, your gun is going to perform better under one than the other, and I think that comes into play. So yes.
Well, it sounds like you know much more about this than I do.
I just packaged up my words a little bit better than you did.
Hey Ryan, what do you think about high pressure versus low pressure reg? Sorry.
What about those old Angel Air rigs that had the iPod in them that you could adjust?
Those were dope.
The iPod.
Those things
playing house music the whole time.
And you couldn't fit. There's no way to fix them.
No.
Some kid, I remember I got two guns stolen, and we were playing the finals at some event, and I came back and we won, and I was like, yeah, and I looked in my bag, and my guns were both gone, and I was like, okay, great, and they both had Angel Airs on them, and I recovered them eventually through PB Nation. The kid was trying to sell them, and
I remember that.
The Angel Air was full of super glue because it was leaking. That's why I wasn't using it, and to stop the leak, the kid just filled it with super glue. So that's how you fix those things.
Yeah, and like.
All right, boys, I gotta run. But you know what? I love you. You can give away a couple of headbands, Ren. Just send me the addresses.
All right.
Later, Al.
Thanks,
Good to
Alex.
see you.
All right.
Say bye to the guys. Alice, say bye to the guys. Alice, you're on TV. She's She's busy. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, see
Later.
ya. Well, now Archie's allowed to talk.
He was dominating there. That was funny.
So yeah, that's actually a good question. I mean, I think it was also just easier to, like if you're trying to regulate down the pressure that goes into a gun as the manufacturer, it was probably easier because than bringing it all the way down.
The main reg's not doing as much work, I guess.
Yeah, and I remember, there was the adjustable one. It was like the Raptor and the Air American.
Oh, right. I had one of those
big old things. Yeah, I had the Raptor one, and I forget what the other one was called. It'd be a good
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse, that's right. Yeah. And then there was like a threaded screw on the front that you can kind of adjust the pressure, but yeah, I mean the refresh rate that has something to do with it. Obviously, the amount of airflow that goes in and out, or out rather. We'll have all of that, but yeah, maybe it has nothing to do with the.
Is your new reg? Is it going to be milled? Dizon was asking.
Yeah, they are milled. There's two of them. There's some photos. I mean, granted, the photos aren't good of the one that I have, and I haven't put like better ones purposely, just because it's just a prototype. It was the first one we did. But the new ones, I mean, we're actually supposed to have like the anodized versions of both at Philly. So I hope that happens. I know anodizing is like kind of bottlenecked right now, so that's the plan. And if not, then hopefully within a couple weeks of that. But then we'll be selling them pretty much right after that.
Nice.
Okay, so like maybe like a 4 to 6 weeks kind of thing.
Well, I mean the event's 4 weeks out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's really 4 to 6 weeks is fair to say. And we're doing, I think we're doing 50 and 50 of each design. And granted, we're going to do more in total, but that's what we're doing for the first run.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are going to look really sweet.
Yeah, that milled the milled reg thing. I think that's the one you showed me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, those are rad. That's a really cool. I like the design aspect of everything. I mean, it's working its way a little bit more into paintball, but the geometric pattern. Kind of that your logo can just kind of fit into anywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of what we did when we were trying to design, and also like, a lot of companies do this where they have like a written logo and then they'll have like a symbol that also pretty much personifies the brand, right? And so that's kind of what we did, and we wanted our main logo, like the icon, to be geometrical in the sense that you can kind of almost make anything out of it. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's a cool concept. It's funny, we talked a little bit about kind of managing the teams and stuff like that, and logos are a big part of it, of just getting the branding and all that stuff getting going, and that's an interesting idea. And it's funny is if you look into how a lot of the companies set up their logos and their branding, each major company out there has a specific color associated with it that can also like signify something in particular, like UPS is brown, and brown's like a trustworthy company, and like a purple is like royalty, and like each brand, there's a reason these big companies that are in the public eye, that you're trusting to deliver your product or serve you food or whatever it might be. There's a reason that the color is there, and then the logos all fit in. What is that? The Fibonacci sequence, where if you can, like, it's a geometric pattern that you can overlay on the top of all logos, or all well-designed logos that are more appealing to your senses, to your eyes immediately. Like I know you've dabbled in a lot of that stuff and design. So yeah, red and yellow make you hungry. There you go. That's a good one. McDonald's. You look at it and you're kind of hungry.
Do you know why purple is considered a royalty color?
No, other than it just is. I don't know why purple is for royalty, but
yeah, I believe the reason was originated from the fact that the plants or the plant dyes that were used to make purple were particularly rare, rarer than other colors, and so as a result, they were more expensive. So that's why it became synonymous with royalties. Just it was an expensive dye to find and get.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Actually, I was also just listening to a thing, just kind of on topic but off topic about pineapples. So you know how pineapples are like oftentimes seen as like a little like staple in the house, like you get like a wooden pineapple. Like people have pineapples as like almost like a little like a just a table piece or something like that, kind of sitting there. So pineapples back in the I'm gonna botch the year, but I want to say something like the 1800s or 1600s in England, in Europe. Pineapples were like more expensive than gold. And
wow.
Yeah, because
tulip mania.
Because they were so rare. So people were actually at this point renting pineapples. So if you wanted to have like, it's like renting a Ferrari for the weekend or a Lamborghini to have like at your house, you know,
for your pool party.
Insane.
For your pool party.
Yeah.
And the reason was because pineapples were like they were so expensive and so difficult to get up there that that you had to like, if you could afford one, you were like obviously a status symbol. So people were buying these pineapples and then renting them out way back in the day.
Yeah.
And that was a good one.
Craig Baxter just said purple was said to come from sea snails, and I think actually there is some truth to that. I know that some color came from
interesting.
sea snails.
Yeah, that's true. And yes, lobster, that's another one. Lobster was actually prisoner's food back in the day.
What?
Yeah, dude, think of lobster, right? Think of what a lobster is. Lobsters they're literally called sea bugs. They eat the crap off the floor. Lobsters and shrimp and stuff like that. So I want to say it was like there was a party at like the Rockefellers were throwing a party and all of the servants were eating lobster in the back, and there was either they ran out of food for the party or something, or someone accidentally grabbed all this food and brought it out to the party, and everybody's like, damn, this is delicious, what is this? Like, lobster. Ugh! But then it ended up being a thing where like, oh wow, it's actually pretty good. So it's actually, lobster was it's like it was originally what they fed to prisoners, and it was just like awful. We're getting all sorts of good we're getting a lot of good trivia here now.
You got any juicy rumors for us, Arch?
What
are you hearing in the streets?
Juicy rumors, huh? Actually, I don't really have any rumors, but there's a live drop right now on the project website for like a handful of TM40s.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I saw someone write that.
Wait, like right this second? Like it just happened?
Literally, it started at 7:30, but we're actually about to be sold out.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need a TM40,
A project TM40,
yeah. Don't visit that site for that other that off the shelf stuff.
Yeah, I also heard Kyle's trying to get on Dynasty.
Yes, I heard that one too. We're still working on it. Yeah, those Project TM40s are pretty cool. I want to see one in person. Like I want to feel it. I want to like.
Oh, actually, you know what? Shoot, I've got Joe on the phone. Let me go pull one. I got a silver one in here.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 second.
I owe Lux a free plug because they called and complained that I was on the webcast and I said that somebody on a team that they sponsor was breaking paint, so that person should buy a Field 1/4. Yeah. So I got multiple calls from upper management at Go Sports saying that upper management at the Lux complained about my unfair commentating. So buy a Lux, dude. Those things are sick.
I did hear they're super air efficient now.
Are they?
Like 5 times as much.
I don't know about that. I just personally don't know, but from what I've heard, they shoot really, really great.
Yeah, heard they shoot great.
Here's a silver one that we had. I guess actually I should try to figure a better way to video this. Let me see here.
Yeah, there you go. Hold it away from the window.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Get on a darker background. We're getting there.
Okay, all right, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Whoa, pop, baby.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, so it's a pretty slick looking gun. I personally love this color. I mean, a silver gun's always pretty tough to beat. And yeah, these ones, the silver ones we shipped out We only have like a couple left that we held back from the first order. So these actually will be getting mailed out over the next day or two, just from what came in today. And then we're just waiting on the like the fades and some of the other colors that we've got.
It's too loud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I can adjust that here too. Wait,
yeah.
have the fades dropped yet?
They haven't. No, we haven't received them yet.
Oh,
But on we did our first pre-order. We did, I guess, about a month ago, and the fades are obviously like the most popular colorway. But those are, we're not sure exactly when we're going to get them. We should have them hopefully in the next few weeks.
And now, so on those ridges, are there like they're 3D? They're popped out, or are they in?
Correct, they're popped out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the top part, like towards the top of the body, they have like another little, like a secondary ridge as well.
And is that silver one that you have online or that you have in your hand? Is that like a dust with a polished accents?
No, so this one, most of the guns are a dust with polish. On the pure silver one that we did, or we called it white, we just did all white, like all dust on this one, right? And really the reason is because, and I'm sure you guys are aware of this, but anytime you do like a polished silver, you're looking at probably going to be getting some blems. And so having it matte, you kind of limit that exposure.
Got it. Yeah.
Because that is something you got to factor in. Whenever you're picking colors, is you. I mean, when you order 300 guns, you know you're going to get some anno blems.
That polished gold one looks pretty cool too.
Yeah.
And did you say was there an ETA on the fades?
I'm hoping. Right now, from what I understand, and I don't want to speak for anybody, but from what I've been told, guns are coming in at the moment to DLX, and they're on a little bit of a delay from board manufacturing. But I'm hearing that it shouldn't be too much longer to get those, and once the boards come in, the guns are already going to be assembled and waiting for them, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I feel like the boards should be here. You should be able to get your boards sooner rather than later, because after my horrendous comments on the webcast, people's sales probably plummeted, which is why I got that phone call. So there's probably a surplus of boards at this point.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, the economics of that actually makes sense, and the timing. So yeah,
makes sense to me. I agree. So we'll see. But yeah, we're really shooting for hopefully shipping out the majority of the guns within 2.5 to 3 weeks from here, and hopefully by the end of June, everybody's got their guns.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And your website is nice.
Yeah,
this is great. Yeah. I like those.
Yeah, Bear Gididio made it for us.
Yeah, Bear did it. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be great when he's on. When we get him on here, that's gonna be a big show. That's gonna be a big one, I think. Well, here let's see. What I'm gonna do is while you're on, I'm gonna spin this wheel for the Super Mega Support Status members. And get someone hooked up with a large project dry fit, right while you're here on us. So, Mega members, be prepared to win something. I'm gonna do a spin right now for this, and then also a spin for the Dalton jersey right now. So this one is for a project dry fit, Mr. William Aguilar.
Congrats!
Good job, congratulations. We're gonna fire off one more spin, plus simultaneously an air horn. And Loyal Blue Fox getting assigned.
Nice.
Congrats to Bethany, Loyal Blue Fox. All right, killer, big winners. We've got that Dalton jersey coming courtesy of Matrix Gear Paintball and Project Paintball. Also tossed in a large dry fit.
Yes, we got a size large, and actually I'll throw in a couple of other little small project goodies with the package. Whoever ends up winning. Did you already draw it for that?
Yeah, we draw it. Yeah. William Aguilar won that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet, Ryan. If you can just send me his details and stuff, I'll likely get it out tomorrow.
I've got it. Killer William's in here right now. He just dropped a couple of Archie emojis, which we still have in here.
Yes, I like it. I need to unlock that, I guess.
Yeah. I could also just send it to you if you want a little emoji. They're really shrunken down, so you can't do much with them.
Right. Yeah, I really love all the Alex faces on here. It's really good.
I had to dig deep for those ones. Actually, I should wear I've got my Alex Fragi shirt somewhere over here still.
Dude, that would be a good one too. Actually, that is one. I think every time I see you wear that shirt, it's really fun.
I need to start wearing that thing more often. Actually,
yeah. Was that for his bachelor party or something?
Yeah,
or?
it was his bachelor party, and I got a shirt made for everybody.
That's super good.
And some of these photos are actually on there. Like that's how long ago those were. I had to look in old text messages from his sister. I'm like, hey, can you send me any pictures of your brother, please?
That's awesome.
So we got all this on there, but yeah, killer, awesome. How was golf? You just played in Arizona?
Oh man, dude, it was really nice. We went to Tucson just for one of my buddy's birthdays, and he's a big time golfer. And we went to these 2 country clubs out there, and they were just epic. The town itself was pretty lame, but the golf was like first rate. So awesome. We played 36 holes on Monday. And then we played 27 on Tuesday, and then it was just a 2.5 day trip. So then I came back on Wednesday. But yeah, it was pretty. Definitely 2 of the nicer courses I've ever played for sure. Outside of like some of the stuff I played with Bart, basically, but just really, really awesome. You know, the one thing that was super interesting is because it was over 100 degrees both days we were playing, but because it was just so dry, it really was not. Just didn't feel that bad at all.
Yeah, that's the kind of nice. That's the silver lining when you're playing.
Right.
When you're doing anything in Arizona during the months of May to November. You're like, it's a dry heat. It's not that bad. Meanwhile,
yeah, in Texas, if it was that hot, we'd just be you wouldn't last. We wouldn't be able to play 36 holes in one day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, it was enjoyable. We're going to the beach this weekend, taking a little RV trip, and then looking forward to practice. The next few weeks.
Okay, right on, perfect. And yeah, big shout out to everybody here who's viewing this who lives in Tucson.
I don't think there's that many people out there, man.
Archie's views aren't always shared by the rest of the Spick Span crew.
It's like a little college town, for the most part, and retirees.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Golfers.
And golfers, yeah. But apparently during the summer nobody's there because it's just all retired people that go there for the winter to play golf.
Yeah, because you can't live. Yeah, and summers and school's out too. That makes sense. But yeah, get some get Archie out to if you're gonna book Archie for a weekend, make sure there's a golf course nearby and get him on there. Get him out there. All right, dude. Well, I'll talk to you in a couple weeks then.
Yeah, sweet. Are you guys shutting it down?
Yeah. Eventually.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. What time does that normally? Do we go long today?
No. This is about normal right here. Sometimes
right.
Like if we
it's
got
an hour and a half to 2 hours.
You got Oliver on. Maybe it'll be 2 hours. We're going to look at a golf cart. Not to play golf,
real?
but to get closer to find parking easier at the beach. Apparently.
Oh, okay, nice.
Mm-hmm. Camille's going to replace her SUV with a golf cart. So so I'm gonna help facilitate this a fantastic idea as much as I possibly can. Just to use.
Great. It sounds like a ploy to drive the Model Y a little more.
That's what it sounds like to me too, actually. But I'm gonna use this as a I told you so moment later on. You just got to play the long game as much as possible out here in these relationships.
Yeah.
But yeah,
thanks for having me on again. It's always fun tuning in, chatting with you guys.
I appreciate
the other guys, and then shoot me William's shipping stuff, and I'll get it out.
Dude, I'll do that.
Awesome.
I'll do that right
Thanks,
now.
Arch.
Lovely. Yeah, see you, Kyle. Good to see you, man.
All right.
All right,
later, guys.
Oh, hey, I was gonna give it to him.
Might still be watching the show, so you can just tell him.
Archie, I forgot to tell you, Corey Hall is allegedly going to NYX.
Oh.
Yeah. Long-time listener, like big-time fan, has all the Spick and Span posters up in his wall. Harris Hussein sent a message just before the show started and said he wanted to confirm that. So Quinn, I got some juice for you right there, huh? How about that one? Again, it's alleged juice, so is it real? you can only trust us as much as far as you could throw us. I mean, we also told you to put your to lick your fork and put it in the electrical outlet. So a lot of the stuff that we're talking about on the show is useful, and some of it is not. But
Again, don't do that fork thing.
And don't eat any poison oak or poison ivy.
Yeah.
But oh yes, Vegas Venom. You're right. We do have two spins for the Hormesis headbands. Did he not get tired of going 2-on-2 in the Ironman? Now he wants to do it on NYX. Oh, Quinn! Touchdown! Yeah, you don't use a fork, you use a knife, by the way. Yeah, there we go. Talking like we've done it before. So yeah, let me write down on this little list here 2 Horm headbands. And then also, Brandon Ortega, shoot me a message and I'll get you Edward Horbelt's info, but send me a message with your email address, and then I will, and Chance, I'll do one for each wheel. Woo! Shout out to Dizon, my man.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the builds you got coming with those headbands. Also, as a reminder, I will be doing a couple drops for these limited edition headbands this week and next week for the Paintball Club and Champions Club members. So go to let me get Cole on here. Go to dynastypaintball.com. You can pick up a hoodie right now, and then also you could join the Paintball Club membership. If you guys are already a member on there, we appreciate that support, and we'll make sure that you get your chance to get one of these headbands. So let me add Mr. Cole onto the Super Mega Support Status membership wheel, and let's give away 2 Hormesis headbands right here. Okay.
Big winner.
Big winner right here. Boom, bing, bang, boop. Hormesis headband number 1 going to... That was the drum roll. Brian Chung. Congratulations to Brian Chung.
Yeah.
And then...
Who's it going to be?
And then we've got the Super Mega Support Status members here on this wheel. So also, again, big shout out to Quinn Myers.
Thanks, Quinn.
Nadu. Why do I keep saying Myers?
I don't know.
Quinn Myers is the guy that I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro with. Quinn Nadu is the man behind iconic paintball.
The Jedi.
Quinn Nadu. And speaking of Jedis, who's excited to see the new Obi-Wan series coming out this week?
What comes out tomorrow? Oh, Top Gun.
Top Gun's coming out this week. I'm going to be in Arizona this weekend, and I just watched that half of the dinosaur documentary thing that Apple TV released. That was interesting.
Oh, wait, it came out.
Yeah, that episode 1 is out with David Attenborough. I don't think in a million years when he was doing all of his... because he looks like he's a million years old.
What is that on?
It's on Apple TV.
Okay.
And he's basically doing one of those animal documentaries, except it's about dinosaurs, and then they put the dinosaurs in there. Some of them will look really spectacular. There's this beach scene where there's Tyrannosaurus Rex walking around the beach, and there's the sand's moving. It's pretty well done. So shout out to that one.
I've been watching Tokyo Vice on HBO.
Another great one.
Really good.
But I have not started that one yet. I only watched 1 episode actually. So there's too much good stuff going on right now. Really is. Speaking of good stuff.
What do we got here?
We got a baby. We got a kid. Oh, Bobby, Kevin Harker. Alrighty. Well, there it is. There you have it. Big winners on today's show. Thank you guys all for your support. We've got, let's get a list of the winners here. We've got Brandon Ortega, $200 gift card to Matrix Gear.
Big winner.
Courtesy of Matrix and the Bernabes. Dalton Jersey is going to Loyal Blue Fox, courtesy of Matrix Gear. Then we've got Mr. Brandon Ortega popped up, gave a headband out. That's going to Edward Horbelt. And then the Project Dry Fit was going to William Aguilar, along with a couple other cool little goodies going out there. Isaac Orozco is gifted a member. Chris O, shout out, man. Killer. Dude, you're the man. He just gifted 5 memberships to the channel.
Look at that.
So, Michael Cruz, Chase, Devin, EJ, Isaac, big shout out to Chris O.
Wow.
We still need to get
Chris.
Chris on the show as well.
Yeah.
We want to talk about that. So, big air horn to Chris O. We appreciate you, man. That was sick. That was
All right,
really,
Chris,
really
you're
cool.
coming on the show next week.
Next week. Your schedule, obviously, as long as it's permitting. And then Beanie, Mr. T-Med23 got a beanie. William Aguilar got that Project Dry Fit. And then 2 Hormesis headbands, one to Brian Chung, the other to Kevin Harker. Congratulations to all of you. And stay tuned for more news that will be dropping about
Team moves.
team moves. The dust needs to settle.
Yeah.
We need to figure out how to settle this dust and figure out where these guys are going. Shout out to Guam. And I don't know if EJ, if you're part of Rec Shot, but we got some jerseys that we just made for you also. So I didn't know you could gift memberships either. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Hell yeah. Colton Bellamy, welcome to Thanks to the Sport. We are going to actually end it here because we've got mega support status member posters to sign for all your new members. We've got gift cards to or gift little, what do you guys would call this, a gift card?
Or certificate.
Certificate. Yeah, it's a certificate.
Yeah.
Well, it's a thank you for the support.
Yes.
Okay. It's just our way of saying thank you to you if you've been a member on the show, a supporter of the show for over a year. So, you guys are rad. Thank you all for the support. We'll see you on Tuesday at 4 p.m. next week for another amazing show with some news, with some drops,
with some free stuff.
Always free stuff. See you guys.
Till next week.
You.
Spick Span Show.
Horizon's too high, it's dark on my side. I made my own clouds, flew by my pride. The ship falls away, and I turn to day.